particular parameters that we have recorded over the time through the sensors like gyroscope, accelerometer, and other stuffs. I'm not sure the metrics which are denoted as F1, F2, F0, what those things indicate. So it would be interesting to know in case some kind of characterizations would be needed before getting into the clustering.
Hi, Yuri. I was just asking some question. Just asked a question, but were you referring to the data, some of the things inside the data, or what were you referring
Yeah,
to?
the data set. So yeah.
So in the data set, there's something defined as. Can you just say it again so Yuri can hear the whole question, because he's going to be the one answering it, probably.
Okay, should I repeat it
Just
once
repeat
again?
the whole question. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So the question is pretty simple. That the data set that we have is every attribute is referred as F1, F2, and Fn numbers. So my question is, these orders of F, what does it significate? Like, what is it indicates, and how does it function? Because I do not have the idea of this domain of rotor blades and MEMS instruments. So in case there's some importance in the context of the domain, it would be nice to know before getting into the solution.
No, because it is like a fully unsupervised thing. We don't know how many features even there will be extracted. We have no idea. So we just left it flexible. You might get two distinct classes, so you will have F1, F2.
But I guess you are referring to the columns in the data, right?
Yeah.
That's the different channels. Yeah, that's the three axes for acceleration and angular velocities.
But they shouldn't be called F. They should be called something much more descriptive.
Do we have the right version of the data, first of all? Because we did update it at some point. RJ, do you want to show us where you got the data?
I can probably, if it allowed. My system would not be able to, display the whole data together because it's too big. But let me try.
No, but can you just show me the files you are using? Like which ones? Where
For example, the data set of Aerosense Aventa Winter 2022-2023, that particular zip file is having the barometer CSV, magnetometer CSV. So those data sets.
Okay, so this is an old version. We updated it. You can get it from Switch Drive.
Okay, so we will be using the 2526 one.
It's just, I mean, the data is the same. It just has been formatted and described properly with like all metadata explaining like what each channel is and.
So there's this version on so if you're on the Reader Wind page, right, you go to the Corrupted Challenge, and then you get to this page which is the aerodynamics data set, right, and then this link takes you to this Zenodo page. But actually, to be honest, the link doesn't take you to the newest version, so we should probably update that. But anyway, you can see there's a newer version, so you can click on that. So I think this version here is the version that you have on the Switch Drive, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this one is Winter 2526. So because it was mentioned particularly 2022, 2023 in the description of the problem, so I did not willfully chose this particular one because the older one is. So the description of the problem is not updated.
No, it's my mistake in the title. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I was going in the wrong direction then altogether. Sorry.
I'm also really confused as well, because here it says 2022 and 2023.
Yeah. I made a mistake in the title. It was a brain
fog.
A brain fog, yeah.
So that's actually supposed to say 2022 to 2023, and it's supposed to agree with what it says here.
Yeah. 2022 to 2020. Can you just edit it since you already have it open? It doesn't change the DOI, just the metadata on the title. Yeah, title. Sorry.
No, not an issue.
No, I mean, it's good. Good. There you go. It's already created.
Yeah, this new one, it has this metadata cross-on file, and it basically describes every field that is within the Parquet files.
That's good.
So.
But the F1, F2 thing, did that come from which version was that?
Probably the old one. Probably the old one, the one that was on Bridge of Knowledge.
So it's not this version of this, because it's just that I don't know where you got that from, Aragic, because we always had, I don't know, we always had this link. This link is always going here, so the only one that you could have done it.
Yeah, if you keep on going down related data sets, and it will get you to the is metadata for this record. Yeah. And yeah,
that was just a dump of the raw data.
It was CSV files, yes.
Is that the one you use, Aragic, or what? Why would you use that one?
Because it was before I updated and split it. It was pointing to the old version.
I think since we started this new challenge, I think it was the old challenge. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. Is that where you got it from, Aragic, or don't you know?
Yeah, I have to check the new one, because I knew the new data set I'd never downloaded before, so I have to have a look on it.
Yeah, it also has like a Jupyter notebook that like shows how to load it up.
Because I found the same in the previous data set as well. I was I just initiated the work, and then I found some critical issues because I was not understanding the data correctly. So now I realize that I have to switch over to another data set.
But Yuri, just a comment. I tried to run your notebook with the new data set, and I forgot to send you an email, but I get an error when reading the data set. I can send you the error. Maybe it's easier to debug on your machine, but
sure.
Yeah, I didn't dig into the details, but maybe you will find it really quickly.
Okay, that's strange. You mean the pandas would work. The only problem there can be is the one with ML croissant for some reason. If I updated the files and forgot to update the SHA 256, that might have happened. I will have to check.
Are you talking about the notebook that's inside the dataset, or are you talking about Renku? You're not talking about Renku.
Yeah, I took it from Renku.
Oh, is it only on Renku, or is it also in? It's not part of his dataset, is it, Yuri? The data, the Jupyter notebook.
Renku links to both Zenodo and Switch Drive.
No, that's not my question. My question is the notebook that you provided, is that just on Renku, or is that also?
No, it's also on Zenodo, yeah.
So somebody can use the notebook locally or use it inside Renku. So you're talking about when you run it inside Renku, Jan?
No, I'm running it locally.
You're running it locally. Yeah. Did you try Renku at all?
No.
Is that because
just to upload a solution, but not to run anything?
I have an input here regarding Renku. I'm not sure, probably in the updated environment of the dataset, which I haven't tried yet. So could have been improved already. The previous version, the version 1 of the data, the environment doesn't include most of the packages, basic packages that has been referred during the programs that has been given to access the data sets, like ML Croissant, other files, other packages. Sorry. So I don't know whether it is already updated or not. So in case you're running the code to access the data, coming with a lot of errors, so one needs to deploy the dependencies before starting the code. So I'm not sure in case the new one is having the same issue. If it is not, then I mean, maybe in the description of the challenge you can mention if somebody is using Renku, look on the dependencies to install before starting the code.
No, all the dependencies should be pre-installed. It's a Docker image with all the dependencies pre-installed. So as long as you choose before running the notebook, if you choose the correct kernel, it should run.
Do either of you, Nian, do you have it open right now or not? The Renku.
I will just check myself.
It's just that it takes a while to run. If we start it now, it just takes a while. You don't have it open. You want to open it, Yuri, and have a look.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we didn't really make an announcement that we'd updated it because I was the only person who responded to my message about whether you're taking part in the challenge or not, and then you said you weren't going to take part until April, like when you finished your thesis, and so then I didn't
I'm so sorry
telling
about
anyone. No, it's fine. It doesn't matter. But I kind of forgot to make an announcement that we'd updated everything. So I guess I should have done that as well. But now you know. I mean, the whole point of this Renku is that we have this Docker environment that's already pre set up, so it should definitely be working. But yeah, Yuri can try to run that while we're talking. I don't know, Jan. You just mentioned that you didn't use Renku for running or saving code, but you've used it for uploading a solution. Does that mean you actually tried to upload something?
Yeah, but it was before the update on the dataset, so maybe my session IDs, etc., are not in line with the new dataset. So I would need to update my code and re-upload the solution.
Yeah. Because let me just try to remember what we're doing in this version. We've got like 3 challenges, so sometimes it's difficult to remember what each one is doing. So this is the one where we've got a dashboard already set up. Oh yeah, it's this dashboard here. So we've got a dashboard already set up, which is like if you saved. Did you save the result as well, like we said? So it doesn't matter what you used, right? Because you should just have results. So actually, but your results should be here.
Yeah.
Right. Yuri, as far as I know, this should be running, shouldn't it?
That we have to. Hannes prepared this one. No, I have no idea.
I think Hannes prepared it, but yeah, we should. I think we should be able to understand it as well as Hannes. But theoretically, what participant number are you? 1. 2.
I guess it's 2.
2, yeah. So theoretically, but wait, does that mean Yuri, have you opened the environment? Can we look at it?
Yeah, I'm opening it, loading it.
So you should be able to see then in the folder, submissions folder.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the submission.
Okay. So I could ask Hannes. About it. But yeah, theoretically, we should be in control of this and not him. But I think this is just. I mean, I think he's put placeholders in, so maybe he's still got placeholders in. We should probably ask him to get rid of them, so we just have the results. Do you want to tell us what you actually did, like what your code, what your method is actually doing?
I could quickly explain. It's really basic. Like because I already worked on this kind of data inside RTDT. And basically for the IMU data, so accelerometer and gyroscope, we saw on Aventa data, on data that we collected some months ago, that we have some aliasing on the data because the blade is quite rigid and also rotating really fast. So at 100 Hertz, we have some aliasing at some point. So I detect that really simply. It's not rocket science. It's like comparing the differences between consecutive points. And when it's really too messy, then it's probably aliasing. And also there is some clipping. So since it's rotating at more than like up to 65 RPM, then the centrifugal force acceleration is really high. So sometimes there is some clipping because the sensors cannot record data at higher accelerations. And for absolute pressure, I just added some domain knowledge basic checks, like the range where the data could oscillate, and some physical thresholds. Basically, just to have a baseline with some domain knowledge and really simple anomalies, such that it was my idea to have a baseline without any modeling or really clustering on the data. That was just my first attempt, I'd say.
I've actually got a question because you talked about accelerometers and you talked about the pressure measurements. Is this, when we're asking you to submit your results, we're asking you to submit like the session ID and the dates and data quality identifier, but have you then done it? Have we actually provided the opportunity to do that for different channels, or what? Because at the moment it seems like there's one.
No, basically what I did is I encoded each anomaly in each type of sensor into a different anomaly number. And then I have one number for each combination, and I assign for each session this combination.
So there's some session IDs where more than one channel is corrupted, and then you have what you added them up or multiplied them, wasn't it?
I encoded them like the thousands are for absolute pressure and the tens are for accelerometers, or like I have some anomaly numbers that are 1023 or something.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. I'm wondering if that's the best way to do it, and whether we should actually have a separate one for each channel or something, a separate column for each. How many channels are there?
Like
50 or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Something like that.
I don't know, you remember we were talking about this when we were setting it up. Shouldn't this thing that this, I mean, if we could get people to submit one where the second column, if it's corrupted or not, or what the corruption is, theoretically you could have one for each channel, but it's very difficult to then display that, right? If you've got 50 channels, but theoretically people could be submitting one with a separate column for each channel, or maybe we should be asking them to do something like Jan has actually done. But if we want to make it comparable, it might be sensible to have that the same way, do it in the same way. Like if everybody does it differently, it might be difficult to.
Or maybe like a dashboard for each of each sensor type, and then one with the aggregated anomalies, maybe.
Yeah. So how many sensor types are there? Two? Pressure and accelerometer, or is there more stuff?
pressure and IMU, yeah. I mean, IMU
Pressure
has two different, fundamentally different channels. The one is acceleration, the other one is gyrometer, angular velocity, and the pressure channels have also
temperature.
like temperature. Yep.
But it might
That's a
make
good
sense
point.
to have at least.
Yeah, it's a good point. Maybe we should. But the easiest, the most straightforward way would be just have one anomaly detection thing per sensor, like specific physical sensor.
But then you would have, yeah, again, like it would be perfectly easy to just change this description here and say for every sensor you have a different column, and then you just have 50 columns, and that's fine, right? But it's just the like you could still then have some sort of combine. You could get them to do that, and then we could combine them in a consistent way if we wanted, and say, okay, this is the leaderboard, this is the whatever you call it, the dashboard for pressure. Or we could have 50 different ones. I don't know.
I mean, I guess we could do all the sensors. They all have like a UIDs, so we can do like a column for every sensor.
Okay, well, we can
yeah, why not?
What are you gonna say?
No, I was thinking like because processing, I don't know if they will be quite different, so I'm not sure how useful it is to dump it all in one results file, because you're going to be processing them by different algorithms most likely anyway. Well, unless we can do some like some cross correlation, and if you want to like detect some weather things, I don't know. I think it would be actually useful to use, because, for example, IMU can tell you that the turbine is not rotating, for example, and therefore the pressure measurement, you expect some kind of pressure, a certain type of pressure measurements when the turbine is not rotating, right? As opposed to when it is. So.
How is that connected to the corrupted measurements?
Well, for example, if you're getting more or less constant output with constant, but from pressure sensor, but when the turbine is rotating, you know for certain, like as a human, you know for certain that there is a problem with the sensor.
Yeah, let's think about having that submission at least with one column per channel. How do we do that? Do the channels have like I guess we know the names of all the channels, or we just have to say here, put channel name, have session ID, and then have all the channel names on as columns in the order that they appear in the measurement file, or what?
Yeah, just make it a long. We'll just add another thing. Make it a long table and add another column saying sensor ID.
And
it can be a long table, and then we can melt it or do whatever we want.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll ask Hannes. I'll start a discussion about that anyway, because I'll have to ask Hannes if he's even if the leaderboard's even doing anything, or because we've tried to get, as a first step, we've tried to get the results for participant 2 appearing across here, because they should be theoretically, but again, I don't know. It does say last updated 3 p.m. on the 13th of April, so the results should actually be on here, but they're not. So maybe it's just overwritten it with a placeholder or something.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
we'll
that.
see.
So that's
Can I
uploaded
share
in
the
for-
screen?
Yeah, please go for it.
Do you see this one?
Not
Oh,
yet.
wait. Sure. Do you see the rank
Yeah.
environment?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. I forgot to include the ML cross-sound package, but that's the only one. And but to me it seems to work. And if you like run the cells, you will get the channel and then the description of what it is, what it measures, what sensor group it is, if it is a barometer, accelerometer, gyroscope, units, some information about the turbine itself. This is, I think, just it's just a head, just to see how the measurement sessions look like. Boom, boom, boom. You can look at the selected session, at what file it refers to, because they're split by sessions now. And this is new. Okay, because so it also needs pi arrow. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I will make a note. And then there is also an example how to get, for example, like pressure data across all sessions. It should work, but let me put my arrows.
So Jan, could you, while you was just going through that, could you submit your results again with an indicator per channel, and then we can see if we can get that to, and we'll see what we can do about presenting that in different leaderboards or something.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I'll change the description.
Yeah, I will fix it. It's because I used a different image before.
Mm-hmm.
The one from Nadara, though, I tested it. So,
yeah, I mean, we had the problem that we changed it quite a few times, so it's probably not surprising that we keep having problems. With the Nadara one, we've just started it from the beginning in one way. And then also somebody left the team that didn't help either. Okay, so the conclusion is we'll change the way of doing the leaderboard and the submissions, and I guess both Jan and Arajit can check out the new version of the data and try to work with that,
sure.
and let us know if something doesn't work. Just write a message on We Do Wind.
Sure.
The best thing is to tag Yuri. Because he's going to be the one who probably knows the answer.
Also who has all the access.
and who has all the access. Yeah.
It seems the platform is very smooth from his side.
Yeah, let's see. Is there anything else we should talk about?
May I ask one question? I'm not sure, but should we also like plot not I mean measure the probabilities of occurrence of these corruptions against the time, like time windows, because a humongous amount of data is there. So let's say at a particular time of the day, it's measured in a particular season to characterize the possibility of corruptions or corrupted data occurrence. Although it should be random, it is mechanical, but in case there is some seasonal inference we can obtain out of it.
I mean, you can try. I would imagine that you will find that the sensors probably were operating much better in the beginning, and then towards the end,
Yeah, because it is mentioned in the
more and more electrical issues started to pop up.
It is because why I mentioned it, because it was mentioned in the challenge that there's a problem of icing on the turbines rotors, so could be a seasonal effect.
Yeah, I mean, I think generally that could happen, right? But I think it could be the case that there's ice. There was ice, and then it wasn't working properly because the ice was covering it, and then the ice melted, and then it started working again. I think theoretically that is likely, but I don't know. In this case, maybe they just broke because of the ice.
There were all kinds of things. Like I remember looking at. I know that there is a specific measurement session when it was actually snowing, and I think like snow was hitting or rain droplets were hitting like the sensors, and you were getting like these like weird spikes of pressure that like just like out of nowhere, like just introducing this like super random noise. I think that's what was happening, but I'm not sure. But
are these sensors calibrated and also built in such a way to understand such events, especially when it comes to heavy rainfall or snowfall or wind gusts at times? No.
Wind gusts, yes. Wind,
because
wind and
it also
rain
depends
and snow. It's like has no idea how would it know?
Because it's also depends on the build type of the MEMS particular sensors. So I was wondering, although as I told you, my background is not from instrumentation engineering, but in case so, I was imagining. But anyways, I'll look into it in detail.
The other thing is that, Jan, I don't know whether in order to try to encourage discussion, if you could write a really short description of and a link to your method. How do we link it? Or you can say link to it on GitHub, or you can just put it.
I added my notebook in my folder. I don't know whether it's accessible or not, but I could write a description. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe just a really brief, like I did this and this is what I did. What do you think? And if you've got some open questions you want to ask, I'm just thinking about the best place to do that. So what you can do is that you can maybe just add we've got this final summary of solutions. Let me just think about it a second. The best place to put it. You can actually just put it as a comment in the. Let me just see in the challenge description. I haven't actually got a method for summarizing interim solutions at the moment. It's just like final summary of solutions. Maybe I could change final summary of solutions just to solutions, and you could add. You can comment. So what you could do is that you could. I'm just trying to work out if it's best. So one thing is that you could just write a comment, which means just write some text and put a link in. But the other thing is that you could actually create in other challenges, we've had this thing where you've So if you look at the ASC challenge, which was it's also in the We Do Wind space, like I can just quickly show you because I have it open. In this challenge, we actually had an instruction to create this separate like a separate post, which was describing, and that's like a proper post where you can edit the document properly and like put pictures and stuff in. So it's that, like, depending on the challenge and the people who are taking part in the challenge, it's sometimes people don't want to do that, and sometimes people do. But what you could do is we could try that. So you could, I have to give you the rights, but if you go to this, I think if you go to this post here and you try to duplicate it, can you actually look to see if you, and if you're capable of doing that? If not, I'll give you access to do that immediately. You should be able to go to, if you can, you should have this edit button at the top, like I had. But you probably don't. You probably just got member. Look, yeah, full member. So you don't. So if I give you, I think it works if I give you space moderator role. You just see if you can. If you now, when you go to that post which I sent you, do you now see edit here?
Let me refresh. Yeah.
And do you see duplicate if you go to these three dots?
No. No.
Yeah. You don't see it here?
No. I can move it, but not duplicate.
So if I duplicate it, you should be able to edit the duplicated version. Let me just wait for it to look. So copy. So now if I, for example, put something stupid here, like Jan's interim, you can obviously change this afterwards, and then you can write description and link and whatever, put some pictures in or something, and then theoretically, I'll just make it visible. Don't notify. Now, theoretically, you should now be able to edit that. I can also give you, I should be able to give you could make you the owner. I don't want to be the owner of it. Invite new owner. See what happens when I do that. Oh God, it's complicated. Go to members list. What the hell's? Oh, find that a bit strange. Let me just. So now you should just be able to edit that. And once you've done it, tell me, and then I'll. Well, actually, no, you don't even need to tell me. Once you've done it, what you can do is that you can write in the feed, hi everyone, here's my interim solution, and then and you can link it.
Yeah.
And then you can put notify, and then everyone should get a message that you've done that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Nice.
And then Arijit, you can do the same thing anytime as well if you have something to share. But I just have to. You have to ask me because I have to give you the rights to do it. Yeah.
But I think I can access the folder now. I can see it. I can open it. I can access it if I'm not wrong.
Which folder?
The solutions one. The solutions. The folder that where I'm supposed to update the solutions, interim solutions. The link that you just had shared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's quite accessible, it seems.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Okay. Thanks.
Yuri or Arijit or Jan, did you have anything else you wanted to discuss?
No, nothing to say. Thank you.
No, sorry for the trouble with the image. I will correct it today.
Not a problem.
Yeah, but it like the rest of the notebook seems to work. So I don't know. Jan, drop me a message. What is not working?
Yeah, I will dig into it.
Yeah, I mean it just in my case it just needed ML croissant and PyArrow. Okay.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you, and yeah, get in touch if you have
Have
any
a good
questions.
evening.
And good luck. See you later.
See you.
See you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.